All right, YouTube, we're back. Divisional round, NFL playoffs. I'm excited to get into this. We're going to be doing some predictions with my boy Nick again. Listen, Nick went 4-2 last week. I went 6-0. Listen, ESPN's got nothing on us. Nothing on us.
Oh, yeah.
Make sure you guys like, subscribe, comment, continue to follow the page, continue to follow the journey. We give glory to God in every video that we do. And guys, the first week of NFL playoffs, I thought it was kind of a dud. I don't know about you guys, but too many blowouts. I think there's 2 games that were pretty interesting. But we were pretty on the ball with our picks. So we're back at it for the divisional round. We're going to go right in order like last video, so I'm excited to get into it. And guys, I'm also going to put in the video, I'm going to attach the last week wildcard weekend's picks that we did, just so you can check it out if you haven't checked it out yet. Also, at the end of this video, make sure you stick around because we're going to be talking about who we would like to see be MVP of the season, regular season. And then we're also going to talk about who we think is going to win because there's a big difference between the two. So, so we're going to get into that in a second. But we're going to get right into it. Here we go. First game up tomorrow is going to be the Bengals at the Tennessee Titans. I'll start. This game, I think, is going to be the toughest one to predict, in my opinion. Bengals are coming on hot, and they crushed it last week. So I think it's going to be a very, very close game. Now, the Titans are bringing back Derrick Henry. He's going to be fresh, which is great for a running back, but there also might be some rust there. We'll see. So, and I'm going to go with the Titans because of experience. They've been there in the playoffs before. I was very back and forth throughout this week, but I'm going to go Titans with experience. Bengals coach is pretty brand new. It's his first time in the playoffs, and then Joe Burrow as well, first time in the playoffs as well. So I think they're inexperienced, maybe a couple turnovers here and there. I think the Titans are going to take over. So, what do you got, Nick?
The way I got is I'm actually going with the Bengals in this one
because
here we
go.
I got to catch up to you, so I got to pick that.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah, no, but the reason why I'm picking the Bengals is because they are just so hot right now, and one of the things in the playoffs is like you look at teams that have won Super Bowls, and they weren't like the best team in the regular season. They were the hottest team going into the playoffs. And right now, the way I see it is the Bengals are pretty hot right now. Yeah. It's like in the regular season, I think a couple weeks before the season ended, they played the Chiefs, and they won in that amazing shootout. Yeah. So they got that, and then they also beat the Raiders. So it's like the Raiders, they didn't play their best game, but the Bengals did enough to overcome it.
Exactly.
And what I would say, too, is like Joe Burrow, his confidence right now is at another level.
It's true.
The way he's going at it.
He's looking like LSU Joe Burrow.
Exactly, yeah. And he's got the offensive weapons around him and stuff. And the way I see for the Titans, too, is like they're the number 1 seed. I think they limped their way into the number 1 seed, actually. They were lucky that they were able to get the tiebreaker against the Chiefs, and then the Chiefs can pull it out against the Bengals, and then the Titans ended up getting that number 1 seed. It's like they lost Derrick Henry for the year. They had Julio Jones not playing a majority of the season, and I believe I think I heard something about he's going to be playing in this game.
Yeah, I believe so. I think the last game of the season he was there too. Correct us if we're wrong in the comments.
So it's like there's a lot of uncertainties with the Titans, 100%. And so it's like, they've been far in the playoffs in the past, but it's like Derrick Henry, I don't know how effective he's going to be, and also the Titans defense, I would say, is not that good. So it's like I definitely think like it's going to be a high shootout. Yeah. But I definitely would. I'm picking the Bengals in this game.
Yeah. I'm actually going opposite. I think it's going to be a low scoring game. A lot of playoff games are low scoring, especially the further you go into the round. So I'm going lower score game. I don't know. I just got Nick brings up a lot of good points too with the Titans. They snuck into the number 1 seed. It's crazy to think about because they had so many injuries, and I think that's one of the reasons why Mike Vrabel should win Coach of the Year because of all the injuries and things of that nature, and he was able to get the number 1 seed. Just some crazy stuff. So Nick's got Bengals. I got Titans. Let us know who you got in the comments. So, all right, guys, we're going to move on to the next game. It is Niners at the Packers. I'll start again, and then Nick will get the Sunday games. But I think this is the easiest pick of the weekend. Packers just look solid. They look solid. So, here's the thing, too. This is the reason why I'm picking the Packers. The Niners have to go to Green Bay. San Fran weather is a lot different than Green Bay. The Packers are used to the weather. It's going to be a cold one, and it may snow. And a lot of people might be like, hey, that favors the Niners because they have a great run game. But people need to recognize that the Packers this year have a really good run game as well. Aaron Jones has kind of taken a backseat to A.J. Dillon. And if you guys remember last year, A.J. Dillon went off in a snow game. He's just got size, and he can just blast through people. But not just that, you also have the X factor of Aaron Rodgers, who is just, I mean, he's slinging, and he's got Devontae Adams, and they have this connection that's just incredible. So I think they're just going to push the Niners to the side. Jimmy G is going to have to play out of his mind. I think he's going to have to try and keep up with Aaron Rodgers, and I just don't think that's going to happen. So like I said, I think this is the easiest pick of the weekend. I got Packers in this game. Nick, who do you got?
For me, this pick isn't so easy because I see like the Niners, and it's like they're getting Fred Warner back, they're getting Nick Bosa back, so their defense is going to get up there and stuff. And also, the Packers' defense is not really good against the run. And you saw like Deebo Samuel and Elijah Mitchell; they had great yards against the Cowboys and stuff. So I definitely think they will give the Packers like a much harder fight. But with that being said, I'm still picking the Packers. Because,
I like it.
Because it's like they're, I think, the best team in the NFL out of the whole regular season, and they're at Lambeau. They got the weather on their side, and also Aaron Rodgers. He was like incredible this season in terms of like, I forgot what their final record was, but it was enough to get them the number 1 seed. And it was where like, sure, I'm not counting that Lions game because they already had the number 1 seed locked up and stuff. But still, though, it's like. Aaron Rodgers, it's like he has like the weapons on offense with Devontae Adams, Aaron Jones, and a lot of other ones, and I definitely think that they were definitely the hotter team in terms of the whole entire regular season. So for that, I would give it to the Packers, but I would not be shocked if the Niners actually pull it off.
I would. I'd be shocked. So, but I think Green Bay this year, they're putting everything together. It feels like they're finally putting everything together. Coach is finally catching up with quarterback, and the run game's there. I think the defense has been pretty solid this year. I think they had trouble in the beginning of the season, but then they started kind of pulling it together. So I think all the pieces are aligning, and I think Green Bay takes it. Nick's got Green Bay as well, but he thinks it's going to be a little bit closer. So, but we'll find out. We'll find out tomorrow night. So, all right, guys, we're going to move into the Sunday games. I'm going to pass it over to Nick first. Next game is going to be the Rams at the Bucs. Nick, who do you got?
This, I think, is going to be another tough game because, to my knowledge, Aaron Donald is not suspended. He's going to be playing in this game. And you look at their front seven, it's like, what does Tom Brady not like? He doesn't like pressure. He's shown it in the playoffs in the past.
100%.
But the thing is, I'm still picking the Bucs in this one because I can't bet against Brady in the playoffs. So he's at home, and I'm sure they have injuries and stuff like that, but I think Brady will do enough to overcome it.
Will his way.
Yeah, I definitely think like Brady has that edge that like nobody else has in terms of like he's gonna like push his team harder, and it's like I really think like they're gonna. And they also lost to the Rams in the regular season. And what does Brady like to do to teams that he loses to in the regular season? Beat them in the playoffs.
Yeah, 100%.
And like I said, they're playing at Tampa Bay. And Brady has been there like more times than I can count. So it's like he knows the environment. The Rams, it's like Matthew Stafford. Sure, he got his first playoff win last week, but is he going to do enough against the Bucs to overcome this one? I honestly don't think so. And I will say that they definitely proved me wrong last week when I picked the Cardinals over the Rams. Yeah. But it was different. It was where it was Matthew Stafford going up against Kyler Murray, inexperienced and stuff. This one he's going against Brady,
who has the most experience.
Who has the most experience. Yeah. So it's like I can definitely see the Rams pulling it off, especially if they put enough pressure on Brady. But I'm still picking the Bucs. They're at home, and I definitely think Brady's going to do enough to beat the Rams in this game.
Nice. Close game?
I would say close game, yes.
Right, cool.
And the thing is, if the Bucs are down, like with only 2 minutes to go, what does Brady do best?
Look out.
Bring them back.
Look out. All right, so I'm going to get into it. I'm actually going opposite. I got Rams. And I know a lot of people in this area, we're in the Tampa area, probably are not liking that pick. But I got to go with what my gut is saying. I got the Rams. I think they're just built to beat the Bucs. And I think a lot of pieces that they moved to get late in the season, they knew they were going to play the Bucs in the playoffs. And again, what Nick just said, Tom Brady hates pressure. If you guys watch his games, he just chucks it away when pressure gets in his face. He's done a little bit better this year. He's scrambled a little bit, and he's actually got sacked a couple times. Tristan Wirfs, we don't know where he's at on the offensive line. I think he's going to try and play, but he's definitely hobbled from last game. And we saw pressure getting to Tom Brady last game. They were playing the Eagles, though, and the Eagles were terrible last week. So I think the Rams are going to take it. I'm not a big Matt Stafford guy, but he's starting to light it up. He's been lighting it up all year. He got his first playoff win, and I think him and Cooper Kupp are just going to get it done, and with the rest of the team as well. Cam Akers looked fresh too.
Yeah.
I think he's going to be a critical piece in the game. They got to keep Tom Brady off the field, and I think if Cam Akers can run like he did last week, and old Cam Akers from last year, I think they'll be pretty solid. Another downfall to the Bucs, they're injured. They have a lot of injuries. They're limping around, and I think that's going to be a deciding factor. And also the front four of the Rams, they're nasty. If Aaron Donald can go off like he normally does, Tom Brady's in some trouble, and that's kind of hard to say because Tom Brady's not in trouble a lot. But yeah, I got Rams. Nick's got I almost said Mr. Nick. Nick's got the Bucs. So again, we're split. So
yeah.
All right, guys, final game of the weekend. And guys, this game's gonna be a banger. I don't know about you guys, but I think this game's gonna be a banger. It's Bills at the Chiefs. I'm gonna let Nick talk first. Go ahead, Nick.
So for this one, this was actually the toughest pick for me of all the games, because it's like, yeah, you have the Bills who, like, you saw what they did last week against the Patriots. Again, I was wrong because, like, Josh Allen basically scored on every drive, which, like, who's ever done that against a Belichick defense?
Yep.
I was not expecting that at all. So, like, I can see, like, Josh Allen is, like, on another tear right now. But the Chiefs, they've been to, I believe, 3 straight AFC championships. The first one they didn't go to because they lost to the Patriots, and then the last 2 they went to the Super Bowl. So it's like they know how to deal with these games.
100%.
So it's like this was a really tough one to pick. So it wasn't until this video that I was really pondering on, like, what my pick was going to go.
He saw my sheet.
Oh, no. I mean, I had my pick way before. But what I'm doing is I am going to say, and I know, like, this is back and forth or whatever, and I may regret this later, but I'm picking the Chiefs.
My man.
I have to pick the Chiefs. They're at home, and Mahomes, like, the way they played against the Steelers, I thought they did a fantastic job because in the first quarter, I believe it was scoreless.
It was pretty rocky.
It was scoreless, but then T.J. Watt had that scoop and score, and when I saw that, I was like, uh-oh, can they do this for the whole game? If they can, the Chiefs are in trouble.
Yep.
And then after that, they finally found their stride, and they finally scored all those touchdowns. The other thing, too, is the Bills have a good defense as well. So, especially with the way they got those interceptions in the last game. So, I was factoring in all of that. And the other thing, too, is, I know Josh Allen could do the same thing, but I definitely think this is going to be, like, a very close game. Yeah. But I definitely think Mahomes is going to take him enough to where they're going to pull it out, and they're going to go to the championship game for the 4th year in a row. Yeah. But the other thing, too, is if the Bills win, I mean, I would love to see the Bills go to another AFC championship game because it's always exciting to see Josh Allen. So this was a very tough pick for me, and I was back and forth and stuff. But for my pick in this one, I have to go with the home team. I have to go with the Chiefs.
I like it. Listen, I'm a huge Patty Mahomes fan. Mm-hmm. Chiefs have kind of become my team because I love Patty Mahomes so much. So my pick, I'm actually going opposite. I'm going Bills, though. As much as I love Patty Mahomes, defense wins championships, and we see that a lot, especially in recent times. Actually, I shouldn't even say recent times. Pretty much throughout the history of the NFL, defenses have won championships. And the Bills have quietly been the best defense in the NFL. Yeah. Crazy thing, too, is not one Pro Bowler on that D. Insane. So I got Bills because of their defense, and I think also a key to this game is the Bills' run game. Devin Singletary has come on towards the end of the season. They need to keep Patty Mahomes off the field. He threw 5. I think he threw 5. He was a part of 5 touchdowns last week, so you got to keep him off the field as much as possible. So I think they're the keys there. One thing that I'm super excited about too is, and we saw it last year, is these are 2 of the top quarterbacks in the league, young quarterbacks in the league, and they're just so fun to watch. And this game is going to be awesome. I'm definitely staying up, definitely watching the game all the way through. It's going to be close. This was my second hardest game to pick because that first game is just, there's so many like different factors that are going to happen. This game, like I said, the defense to me is going to win the game. But listen, if Patty Mahomes and the Chiefs win, it's just going to be a fun game because I don't really care which team wins. It's just going to be fun to watch. It's going to be great. Yeah. There's going to be a lot of great plays. So
yeah, and honestly, the way I see it too, with Josh Allen and Patrick Mahomes, you're right. They are the 2 best quarterbacks right now in terms of how young they are. And honestly, what I'm seeing is I'm looking at this like it's been a little rivalry in the past few years or so. I'm looking at this as like this is going to be the next Peyton Manning versus Tom Brady matchup because it's like these two guys are going against each other. They've got hot offenses. They're so electric, and they both run the ball well, and it's like they both control the offense very well, and it's always a great battle whenever they two play each other, just like when Peyton Manning battled Tom Brady. Yep. So I think this is the next quarterback rivalry. Like it's going to be great, and they're young, so we're going to see this for quite some time.
Yeah, 100%. I'm also going to make a bold prediction in this video. You guys ready for this? Whoever wins the Bills-Chiefs game is going to win the Super Bowl. That's my bold prediction.
Are you sure that's bold?
I think so. We're not even in the AFC Championship yet, so I think it's pretty bold. So now here's the thing: barring injury, all right, Patrick Mahomes. If they win and Patrick Mahomes gets hurt, if the Chiefs win and Patrick Mahomes gets hurt, I'm changing my pick.
We'll see if Matt Moore or whoever's the backup still can do it.
No, 100% they can't. Not in the Super Bowl. So there's no Nick Foles situation happening.
That's right.
All right, guys, listen, that's our picks for today. But now we're gonna get into something fun. We're gonna talk about regular season MVP, who we would like to see win, and who we actually think is going to win. So I'll start with this. I would like to see win this year. We added a game, so statistics are a little bit skewed. But even with the added game, quarterback numbers have been down a little bit this year. So, and whose numbers have been up? The two players that aren't quarterbacks on the offensive side where their numbers are up are Jonathan Taylor and Cooper Kupp. And Cooper Kupp has done some amazing things this year. He is who I would like to see win MVP because his numbers as a wide receiver this year are insane. He almost went over 2,000 yards. I think he had like 16 or 17 touchdowns, something like that. And I think he had close to 150 receptions or even maybe even more than that. He just went off. And I think when a player does that in a certain position, I think we really need to look at that because we give the award to quarterbacks way too much, in my opinion. It might as well just be the quarterback award instead of MVP. And then you look at what the Rams are doing; they're still in the playoffs and they're crushing it. And I think a lot of that has to fall on Cooper Kupp. If you watch the last game too, he doesn't just catch the ball; he does so many different things on the team. He blocks when he needs to block. He runs routes and takes more defenders away, as we saw on the OBJ touchdown in the beginning of the game. So he does so much for that team. Cooper Kupp is who I would like to see win MVP. And then who I think is going to win MVP, since they give it to a quarterback every single year, I think Aaron Rodgers is going to win it this year. The only thing that might hold him back, we're going to get political. And my man Nick said he didn't want to get political, but listen, we're going to get political. There's a lot of off-the-field things that are happening, and he might not win it because of that. Yes, I said it, and I think that's something that might play a part. So, Nick, who do you got?
So who I want to win MVP, I really had to dive in and really see who do I think is going to win versus who do I want to win it. And I've just looked at all this, and I honestly it would be cool if, and I mean it could happen because, like you said, with all the off the field stuff, if Brady were to win MVP, how old is he? 45.
I thought he was like 167.
Yeah, so I mean, it's like he's putting up all these numbers as an old quarterback, and it's like we've never seen this before. No. It's like he's doing all these crazy things. It's like, I guess eat your avocados, I guess, but it's like
he's wearing Depends, throwing 50 touchdown passes.
I guess, yeah, but it's like. And also I've seen Brady build up his team in so many different ways. It's like I don't remember how long this was, maybe a couple weeks ago, but when Gronk needed $1 million to get his incentives, all he needed was one more catch, and then the coach wanted to pull Brady out of the game, save him for the playoffs, and Brady was like, no, I'm going back in there. Yeah. I'm going to get my man his money. Yeah. So it's like Brady, he just does so much for his team, and when I look at as most valuable player, it's like, look at what Brady has done ever since he's joined the Bucs. Yep. It's like they're a completely different team ever since they moved on from Jameis Winston.
Yep.
So, and they were the same team when they had Jameis Winston. So it's like it's really big to see what a quarterback change can do, especially with the leadership of Brady. And it's like he's all for his team and stuff like that. So it's like I think that's very important to most valuable player. But who do I think is going to win MVP? I think Aaron Rodgers is going to, because it's like with everything that's been going on with him, with the Packers and stuff, they've played great football against great teams, and that was mostly because of how good Aaron Rodgers is. And I will say this, though, I was really down on Aaron Rodgers in that very first game against the Saints when he
Terrible.
got destroyed.
Terrible.
I was like, does Rodgers even want to play?
I thought the same exact thing.
And he completely proved me wrong after he said, oh, it's only one game, don't worry about it. I was like, really? Is it one game? But then after that, he was like, he definitely proved us all wrong, saying like, guys, like that was only one game. Don't worry about it. We're good. And he just put up great numbers, and he got his team the best record in the NFL in the regular season. So I would definitely say that Aaron Rodgers, I think, is going to win it. But at the same time, too, yeah, with all like the off the field stuff going on, and I didn't want to get into this, but at the same time,
makes good TV, right?
It does, yeah. But we have to say what is going on and stuff. We can't like turn a blind eye and all that stuff. Yeah, there was a lot of off the field situations going on, 100%. And unfortunately, with some of the voters, I believe, is they're going to put that into consideration.
Yeah, there was even one voter that already came out and said that he wasn't going to vote for him because of the off the field stuff.
Which I feel is completely wrong, and the fact that he put it out there publicly, I don't think he should be allowed to vote after this year.
100%.
Because they got.
I don't think he should be able to vote for this year.
Well, I don't know if it's already set in stone that he's already doing it or whatever. But I mean, the way I see it is that like if you're putting your biased opinions out there and stuff, you shouldn't be allowed to vote, unfortunately. So I can definitely see Rodgers not winning it because of that, but I think that Rodgers will still win the MVP. I think he will overcome all of that. And if he doesn't win it, I think Brady's number 2.
Yeah, so both quarterbacks.
Yeah, they're both quarterbacks.
I agree. I do want to talk about Brady for a second because even with all the injuries, I think that helps him out too with the MVP race, because even with all the injuries, they didn't miss a beat. They just kept winning. So I agree. I think that's a great pick. And then Rodgers is just he's steady Eddie. He just continues they had that terrible first game, but then you forgot about that, and people are talking about him being MVP of the year. So when does the award get announced?
I believe the award gets announced on the Saturday before the Super Bowl, if I'm not mistaken, because MVPs have won in the past, but they couldn't accept the award because they were preparing for the Super Bowl.
Gotcha.
I believe, yeah.
So here's my question. Do you think, so say Rodgers loses this week, do you think that really hurts his MVP chances? I know it's only supposed to be about regular season, but let us know in the comments, guys. Do you think playoff play also affects the MVP award? I think it does. I could be wrong, but say Rodgers comes out first playoff game, and he lays an egg. I think it will definitely affect. And then Brady goes on and wins. So.
Yeah, in my opinion, I think it does, but I don't think it should, because
I agree. It's regular season.
It's regular season MVP. It's not entire season MVP, because there's so many factors that you could put into that with the regular season and the playoffs. So if we're talking about this just on regular season, it should be Aaron Rodgers, if not Brady. But Cooper Kupp, yeah, or Jonathan Taylor.
He crushed it too. Yeah.
But yeah, so the way I see it is. I think it does. To my knowledge, I don't remember the last time where someone had played good in the regular season, lost in the first round, and lost to someone who went further on in the playoffs. I don't know. But from what I've seen is where I think playoffs does play a factor, but I don't think it should, because the regular season, it's called regular season MVP for a reason, not with playoffs.
Yeah, and it kind of makes you wonder, too, why not, because it is supposed to be just for the regular season, why not give the award out right before the playoffs start? Unless I'm missing something. You think I'm missing?
I agree. I definitely think it should be before the playoffs. That way it's like, okay, you got your award. Now we're not basing it off of the playoffs.
Exactly.
You perform however you can in the playoffs.
Yeah.
And the other thing, too, is like there's always a Super Bowl MVP. So it's whoever does the best in that game.
Exactly.
So it's like you could have like, there could be a playoff MVP who did the best out of all the playoffs. And then you could probably do that, but it's like there's also a Super Bowl MVP. So there's different names for these MVPs.
Yep.
So it's like for regular season and then Super Bowl. So what I would say is, the regular season should just be for the regular season. Not for the playoffs, I think it does play a factor, but I don't think it should.
I agree 100%. So, all right, guys, that's our pick for the divisional round of the NFL playoffs. Guys, we hope that you guys liked the video. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment, continue to follow Paige, continue to follow Journey. Giving glory to God in every video that we do.
Absolutely.
We do this all for Him. So, and we love football, so we love talking about it. So, guys, like I said, make sure you let us know who you think your MVP, who you would like to see win MVP, and who you think is going to win MVP. Also, make sure to put your picks in the comments. And guys, I'm gonna prove our records from last week. I'm gonna put that in the comments as well. Make sure you check out that video. And guys, listen, continue to help us out, support us, share our videos, whatever you want to do. And guys, we love you. We can't thank you enough for the support. So God bless. Catch you on the next video. Nick, go ahead. There it is.